Good morning. At least where I'm from, it's good morning. Bedhead and all. Um, so I've been going through some things lately, and really strange thing. Spirit doesn't always pop up things from like several months ago for energy readings and stuff like that for me, but like in my waking wanderings and my morning meanderings and my meditation and stuff, kind of mulling over things, and it's just like, hey, check out and see what's on. So somehow or another, this is what popped up for me on YouTube. It's Missy, Saltwater Heals Tarot. She's amazing. This was from 4 months ago, and the funny thing is that in the past 2 weeks, I just went through the same thing I fucking went through 4 months ago. So, check this out. Listen good, what she say.
But we know why the energy has to shift, because sometimes the universe has to rip things out of your fucking hands because you won't let it go. And because you won't let it go, you are holding space for something that is not meant to be. And so,
Hello. By holding on to something, by not letting go of something, we are holding space for something that's not meant to be. You wonder why your destiny is stuck? You wonder why shit ain't moving? It's because you're holding space for shit that it ain't destined for you to have. It ain't meant to be, baby. Like, what? Like, I knew in my spirit that was what was going on, but you know how you know stuff in your spirit sometimes, and then sometimes it takes somebody saying it, or you come across it, or hearing it, or reading it, or one way or another, you get it, and it hits your mind, and then it's like, just like, oh my God. I mean, that'll fucking preach, dude. That will fucking preach. Oh my God. I just keep going over that. There's a reason. You know, and I've got so many things that I have held on to. At that time, yes, I was holding on to a job, holding space for a job that was not meant for me to be doing. You know, I was holding space for it. Why? Because I love my work family. And that was my you know, constant stability, you know. I'm coming out of my first week of not being on schedule. And now when I say not being on schedule, I mean I'm not on schedule. They're trying to talk me into like 2 weekends a month, 2 Sunday mornings a month. And I don't know, you know. So I'm still technically there. I'm just not on schedule. My life has changed. It's like when the kids, it's just like when the kids go back to school. You know, when the kids go back to college, when school starts back up, their schedule changes. They're taken off the schedule, you know, but they're still on the roll, you know. So yeah. So that was one of the things that I have, and I felt it, you know. I knew that I would not be able to do both the Reiki and psychic work that I wanted to get started with while doing also the thing that was not supposed to be there anymore. Because, like, I was supposed to be done with that job last November, according to spirit. You know, and I kind of tried to be, but I mean, I got comfortable with it. It's what I knew is, you know, and that's easy to do. I got comfortable with it. Hell, it was wintertime. Like, there ain't a lot of work in the wintertime. You usually got to pick up a second job around here. It's a tourist town. Salem, Mass is definitely the place to be through the summer and October. If you want to come and you want to make some damn good money, I wouldn't advise you trying to like rent a space. That's ridiculous. I'm in a super special program. I'm in a special program that makes my rent as reasonable as it should be for every fucking body else up here, honestly. Sad fact. These goddamn people with their fucking rent are getting ridiculous. It's like, how do you expect somebody to make enough money to live in that spot? Oh, well, somebody will make it. Yeah, well, you might have some goddamn empty space there, bub. You keep on jacking that shit up and can't nobody afford it. Well, I'll just be homeless out here making tent cities and not giving a fuck about your goddamn rent. And then see you pay your fucking bills. And your property tax. You know, so anyway, yeah. When we hold on to things and don't release them, we're holding space for something that is not meant for us. I mean, yeah, like, when it's something you know you're supposed to release or something you're supposed to move on from or something that keeps hurting you or you keep hurting yourself with it. This is like jobs, relationships, thoughts, feelings, legal situations, all sorts of shit. Anything goes into that. And I have started to experience a whole new level of freedom. I'm creating a whole new space. And that's one thing I want to work on this week is getting all my videos in line and getting them all tagged out because I didn't hashtag any of them. I just want to get them on there. I just wanted to do it just to practice doing videos, you know. So now I'm gonna have to go back through and edit all of them and take a few minutes. Probably take an hour or two at the most, I think, to like go back through all the videos that I've made and hashtag them so that they'll start popping up in other people's searches and stuff like that. And learning how to navigate, how to work YouTube and social media to market my business, you know, and myself, you know. That's motivate me. And I'm using contact paper on that anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it right there until I take that last bit down. It's my favorite part. I did so good with making the little stickers and the little chakras and everything. God damn it. And then they say, no stickers. Well, whatever. Won't be long. You know, as long as I'm hanging on, you know, as long as I'm making space for this room. And then how am I going to have the space available for my new room? You know, I got to be open. I'm not saying just like run out on the street and say, fuck this. I'm just saying you got to find a way to open up that space, to clear that space out so that you can so that the new has space to come in. So in my mind, I have to be like, okay, I'm totally open to jobs in other states, in other cities. And so I'm also open to residing in other places, other cities. I'm not trying to stay here and travel. I'm not trying to stay here and do online work, really. I want to be the fuck out of here by October. After October, maybe if the season lasts on into November, maybe stay until Thanksgiving if the weather permits. But other than that, hell the fuck no, I ain't trying to stay the winter here. It's not my destiny to stay another winter in Salem. I know that. And my cards have already been read and everything. Like, I know it in my spirit. And in the area of love, you know, there's that one person that keeps popping up every time I start moving along. And guess what? He can pop up all he wants. But there's no space for him here. There's no space for him here. I was holding space. Like, if the man has changed and he's had a serious death and rebirth, yeah, I could hold space for a healed or ascended version. For him and his full potential, I can hold space for that. But not anything less. And I'm definitely holding space for somebody new. Somebody I don't have a track history with. Somebody I don't still hurt from, you know? Fire's pretty, but you gotta know how to play with it. You gotta know how to respect it, how to work with it. Else you get burned. Yeah, it gets warm, but if you keep getting too close to that fire, guess what? You'll heat your britches up and then they'll burn your skin. The fire won't even have to touch you. That's a lesson all in itself. If you keep allowing yourself to gravitate back towards that, the fire don't even have to burn you. You're burning your damn self. By letting your clothes get so hot. And that's a kind of a wintertime perspective with a fire, because, like, hello, we did bonfires and everything like that in the fields and stuff, and partying and shit, and not partying, and for whatever reasons we want to build a fucking fire, you know, and get warm, you know, and then standing too close to that, you know, to the fire or the wood stove. Yeah. Because, like, you know how you try to heat your clothes up and keep them a little toasty, and then you step away from it. So I don't like gas heat. It just goes like that. It don't hold. That wood heat, it holds. So, yeah, that was just a big mind-blowing statement of my fucking day. It put into words everything I needed to hear, to observe everything. Oh, it's raining now. So yeah, and I gotta figure out how to pause these videos. Yep. Anyway, so I'm gonna watch my video or her video that Spirit sent me from back 4 months ago that I didn't see 4 months ago. I don't think I was following her when this came out, when this was produced, when this was posted. I don't think I was following her yet. And somebody else that I followed mentioned her, and I was like, okay, let's try this. Let's see how she. Oh man, Missy is fucking phenomenal. She's sassy as hell. If you don't like her, don't watch her. If you got a problem with what she's saying or how she's bringing the message, fucking jump off. Like, don't don't watch it if it bothers you or offends you. But like, she's real as fuck. She just like, and I love that. She got a lot of Aquarius in her in her chart. You know, and I get with that. I'm Aquarius sun and rising. And so I appreciate that. I really click with, you know, it makes it's right on. A lot of similarities. But yeah, Missy at Saltwater Hills Tarot. Yeah, she's on Instagram too. But you should look at the YouTube to understand how to go to her Instagram. Because it's like XI_Missy_XI. Oh, I remembered it. I've heard it so many times. See, and I'm hoping that'll be the way it is with my people, with my audience, with my channels. You know, people hear it so much, watch it so much, are a part of it so much that, like, you know, that they can remember my handles and my page names and such and things, you know. So yeah, just mine. I played it back several times, and I'll probably play it back several more times. But yeah, that just really hit me. That when we're holding space for stuff that does not resonate with us anymore, when we're holding space for things that are not ours to keep, or when we hold space for things that we should have done let go of and released, you know, there's a lot of things I don't hold space for anymore. You know, I don't hold space for people who talk ugly to me. Not at all. I don't have, nope. Yeah. And that's the, you know, people think that's harsh sometimes. Oh, that's your family. Or, oh, that's your best friend. Or, oh, that's your kids. So? If I'm their friend, if I'm their mother, if I'm their family, then why the fuck they talking to me like that? Why the fuck they treating me like that? I'm not supposed to hold space for abuse. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? We don't hold space for abuse. We don't hold space for people who want to breadcrumb. For people who want to play games. For people who want to just put me down. People who would like to see me fail because they're afraid of my light. Like, fuck you. I don't have time for that, and I'm not holding space for it. I don't have to. And that's the biggest thing, is I don't have space for that anymore. I don't have space for that anymore. It's gone. I released it. I've done a lot of releasing. You know, especially with the full strawberry moon and all that. Yeah. And then setting new intentions to bring in new things. Start new endeavors. Take the space that I've got and build something with that space. Yeah. So it's like, if you want to be in my space, if you want me to hold space for you, then you better come correct. Because I ain't got time for none of this bullshit. And people that knew me in the past, they really don't know me now. None of them. And I'm gonna have to do a video about that shit too. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. That's the way it is. If you don't know me not by now, then you ain't never gonna know me, bitch, because you ain't trying. When I care about people, I try to get to know them. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the crazy, the insane. You know, I like to... I don't like judging a book by its cover, by what somebody else says to me about it. You know? I've had people say, oh my God, this is fucking horrible. And you know, and I can say the same thing about shit that I've said. Like, I can tell you right now, to me, Kentucky is the most fucking horrible place to live, especially Cumberland County, Kentucky. I would not raise a fucking dog there. I did my best to not raise my children there because I was raised there and I know what it is. But now for other people, it might be perfect. For old folks that want to retire and not be bothered by anything but having to drive 20 minutes to fucking town to get overpriced groceries. But you okay because you sitting on your retirement. That's all good and well, but that place is drying up. It's drying up. The grocery stores are shutting down. Most everybody drives somewhere else for a damn job. And then, like, how are you going to supply jobs to your teenagers? To your young adults? How are you going to do anything? Meanwhile, all the way surrounding Cumberland County, other counties have been reinvesting in themselves. The rich people, the wealthy people, take their money and they invest in franchises and they bring in jobs to their county. I was like, this is just like 15 minutes, 20 minutes east. Clinton County, man, they got it going on. They got it going on. They got forward-thinking people over there. I would not have ever said that about that place before. Used to when I was a little girl and they make and somebody decided that we was going to Lee's famous recipe. I think that's what it was. Over there. Because even back then, they had stuff, whereas we didn't. You know? And, yeah, I remember crying. Because I didn't want to go there. Because, like, as soon as you cross the county line, there was a wolf. There was a darkness there. A very bad darkness there. And as a child, I could feel it spiritually, but I didn't know what I was experiencing. Nobody told me what an empath was. Nobody knew what an empath was. Or is, or whatever, you know. And, like, you know, it just didn't... Nobody knew anything because they were just ignorant of these things because they were never talked about. So that's why I like to talk about them. I fucking hate ignorance. Knowledge is power. When you apply applied knowledge is wisdom. You know? You get wisdom and power going on there. That's a good vibe, you know? And you know, yeah. So anyway. So don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, it's pretty there. Would I live there again? Hell the fuck no. Why? Because people has done tried to they've systematically like deleted my whole family and it's just me left. And see, that's one of those things I gotta let go of. Because see, when I let go and stop, when I release Purgatory Hollow and stop holding space, hoping that God will bring justice, and give me my rightful inheritance back. And the people who killed my brother and stole it and threatened my life, telling me to go. You know, that's not, why hold space for something that, one, may never happen in my lifetime. Two, well, I mean, at this point, if I were to get my inheritance back, I wouldn't live there. I'd sell out. Because everybody's wanting it. And that's the reason why they wouldn't let me have it. Is because once I announced, my brother wasn't even cremated yet. Like, we hadn't even had his funeral. And these motherfuckers was coming up. My uncle's wife's brother came up asking about it. Like, asking about our farm and buying it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just lost my dad last fall, and then they killed my brother this spring. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how dare you be so goddamn disrespectful? And I made a fucking video about it and posted it on my fucking Facebook. Goddamn right. And then had the boyfriend, the little, like these fucking kids, I remember them riding tricycles in the fucking projects. Like, while their parents was all fucked up on drugs, And you wonder why they're sitting here threatening me. You don't need to be talking about purgatory. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. This is my 5th generational family fucking farm, bitch. Get the fuck out of here with that. So, just because you smashing that bitch that fucking got kids so that she can have space to get into my family farm, because I put the bitch out. And made sure there was a protection order from my brother against her. It was mutual, both ways, because they were both. But I made sure that shit happened before I left. Next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call. Like, what? So yeah, all that shit, it's released. I'm not holding space for it no more. So guess what? They gonna be hurting in whatever struggles they hurting in, because that bitch don't know nothing about finances or money or how to manage it. Hell, my daddy was paying her fines from stealing from her workplace. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the one who didn't do what I was supposed to do. Like, what was I supposed to do? Come in and kill everybody that killed my brother? Like, what? That's not right either. That's not right, and that's not me. Ain't none of them's blood worthy in my hands any fucking way. Like, fuck out of here. So, like, there's a lot of shit. We've all been through traumatic shit on some level or another in our lives. And I'm guessing that this is coming out like this in order for me to show you that you can come through, you can have traumatic shit like that, but you got to decide to let it go and release it. Let the universe deal with that. Let karma deal with that. Let God, Jesus, whoever the fuck you believe in, whatever gods of thunder, gods of war, whatever the fuck you believe in, dude. Your Santeritas, your voodoo, hoodoo, everybody's, I don't care what you believe in. Let your spirit people take care of that. Let the universe take care of that. Just release it. Because as long as I've held on to thinking that they gonna call me back anytime because this bitch has done hung herself, or because somebody has done killed her because of what she did, or because of what she keeps on doing to other people. My brother wasn't the only one she abused. So, instead of sitting around waiting on that to happen, and trying to hold back on, I held back on myself and my potential and what I can do in life. I didn't run my race to the fullest extent because I was waiting on it for a while. And now that I'm not waiting on it, I'm not holding space for my inheritance or anything. Or at least that, or, hey, I'm not holding space for Purgatory Hollow. For the Gwen family farm, I'm not holding space for things that were mine. Why? Because I know that the universe, God, whatever you call your thing, I don't know. This is what I call it. So anyway, I'm clearing out that space so that the universe can bring to me, or bring me to, the place that's meant for me to live, where people love me for who I am and appreciate the energy and the love that I bring to the community. I've worked my ass off all my life. And a lot of times didn't get paid for it. And I deserve to have a home that is beautiful, that is perfect for me, that is what I want. I have never in all my life felt at home on my own family farm. You feel me? There's a lot of bad stuff happening up there. Being as it's Purgatory Hollow. A lot of spirits up there. And when you're a little psychic growing up, you know, it's kind of rough, especially when nobody in church talks about spiritual warfare on a realistic level. Like, I really had to dig deep in my Bible and then ask God, and God sent me to a lot of other sources to learn how to work with this shit. To learn how the spiritual realm works. Your ignorance or your non-belief in something is not going to keep it from affecting your life. That's true. Somebody can put a curse on you, and it don't matter if you don't believe in it. It can still affect you. Why? Because it's involving spirits that are outside of you that can do stuff to you. Like, you know, whatever. Yeah, so all of that. So, you know, I'm making space for that dream home. For that dream home. I'm holding space for right and healthy relationships with my kids. Honestly, the rest of my family I could really care less about. Except for a few. It's like a few. You know? My kids is my kids. And my brother's kids. That's all I care about. I want to do whatever I need to do to make space in my life to where I can have my babies back in a healthy and loving way, because they have been through so much fucking trauma. My kids and my brother's kids. So I'm busting my ass doing everything I can to get rid of these generational curses, to grow as much as I can, to learn as much as I can about myself and about my family. Anytime something comes up from this or a past life, I'm tackling it. And if things are stagnant, be like, all right, what's up? Search me. Let's see what's going on. Search me. What do we need to heal next? Because I want it to be better. I want these things to be defeated so that my children and their children and their children don't have to worry about it. yes, be protective, be vigilant so this shit don't come back on you and start again, start a whole new generational fuck up. But you know, I'm doing shit that my ancestors couldn't. I'm stepping out, you know, stepping out and doing what I gotta do, keep myself alive. You know. So yeah, it's a big deal making sure you let go and release things that no longer serve you, help you, or benefit you in any way. It's just like junk sitting around your house. Like, I'm fixing to start going through some of this stuff. I gotta clean my room up. It's got a little cluttered. But, you know, that's my Monday project, is to get my room straightened up, get rid of things that I no longer need. Start processing out things that, if I do move, that I won't necessarily need to take with me. That sort of thing. So, you know, I'm preparing. I'm making the space in my head and in my life and in my heart for these things. You know, I'm clearing it out so that the things that do belong to me, the things that are for me, can come to me. Because you ever tried to shove something in a space where you got too much shit already? How many of you have ever had that one closet? Especially like when you was a kid and you just like, mom says, clean your room. And you're like, I got this. And you just take everything because you've let it get to be such a mess, right? You take everything and you either shove it under the bed or in the closet. And then you shove and shove and shove, and there's so much shit in there. And then it's like, okay. And then you don't have space in your closet no more for the things that you need, because all this pile has been shoved in here. But if you pull the pile out, sort through it, and only put back what you need in that closet, and make the space for new things, then you have room for new clothes and toys and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's a really elementary thing, but I feel like it'll hit a lot of people and it'll click, and I hope it does. You really gotta do that. And it's been really hard. It's been hard to let go of stuff. You know, when people like fucking, you know, this is like African American people. And I wouldn't ask them to let go of anything. They were taken from their homeland. It was like the Native Americans here. I know how they feel. I know what it's like to have your family annihilated, just cut off, and for people to take your home and your land, everything you built, and then tell you can either run or die. First of all, they really couldn't kill me. God ain't gonna let them do that shit. But God didn't want to see the massacre that would have occurred had I had to defend myself. And the fact that my brother's children had already taken such a blow, not just my children, but my brother's and not, you know, all the Gwen kids. And me. My God, it damn near killed me. I thought it was bad when Mama died, but God damn. I felt my brother die. We was connected. That was my brother was my first child, if you don't count my dad. You know? That's why I call my firstborn my firstborn. And I named him after my first one. I love my brother so very much. He was my world. Even though I grew up like really just, you know, it was my job to take care of him, to look after him when Mama had to work and Dad had to work, you know? It was up to me. This is your brother. You look out for him. You're the oldest. You got to teach him how to get through life and stuff. And I taught him the best I could. The last lesson I taught him was how not to be enabled by somebody you love. And how to do things on your own. How to find God and peace yourself. And he found it. And then they fucking killed him. He found it and was doing good. And then they fucking killed him. So, you know, I gotta let go of that. I gotta let go of that. Will I ever let go of my brother? No, he's with me. He travels back and forth between me and the kids. Between me and my kids and his kids. And other people he knows and loves. Y'all feel him. If you're watching this, y'all feel him. You know he's there. You hear them songs come on, you know that's him talking to you. Singing to you. Singing with you. In your bucket trucks. And all that. For the boys he worked with. My brother was a lineman. And I really miss him being in his body, but you know, he's still here. So that's also something that, you know, I'm working at releasing. What will it bring in? It will bring in people who will be like brothers to me. Physically. Spiritually, my brother is always going to be here. Right? He's always going to be with me. But physically, in the 3D physical world here, I gotta release the fact that he's no longer with us in body. And that all these memories that I wanted to create with him and our kids together, I have to release that so that some amazing, wonderful man can come in, or different, you know, it takes a village to raise kids, right? So to, yeah. So, yeah. You gotta make the space so that somebody may not be the one you had, but it'd be the one you need. Come in and love you like you're supposed to be loved. And I mean, I'll be honest. For any good male role models to be in my niece's lives, or my brother's kids' lives, is, you know, that's hard to do when they got a mother like the one they have. Because ain't no good man going to want to have to deal with her. Not after what she done to my brother. The whole county saw everything she done and still gonna listen to her talk shit about me. What a bunch of dumbasses. What a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh man. Y'all gonna be the laughing stock of the whole fucking world when this is over with. Yeah, when I release it, alright. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm a writer, I'm a poet, and I love to read books. Anyhow, y'all enjoy. Put y'all on blast. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, but at the same time, anything can happen. You know, I look forward to the day when I'm in a position where I am self-sufficient and stable enough with my own home to have my children and my brother's children in my life. Because it hurts like hell The only thing that hurts as bad as losing my brother is the fact that I had lost all the kids as well. All the children. I didn't lose them. They still mine. They'll always be mine. Why? Because God said they're mine. It's my girls. How's my girls? How's my kids? I mean, there was a time when I said, how's our kids? Because that's what the divorce classes taught us, you know. But, you know, whatever. So, yeah. It is huge. You have to release things and make space. And it's like, you gotta actually kind of fucking get it together in your head where it's like, okay, I threw this out last week. Who brought it back? Did the garbage man not pick up the trash? You know? So, yeah, you really got to want your own healing for this. And so, you know, there's a lot of ways in my life that I have been making space in the past 4 months for better things, for the things that are meant for me. And it's scary as hell. I'm sitting here right now. I've been off work for a week. Last time I went off of work, I was out for 2 weeks, and then I jumped right back in, hit the tavern. It's like, I'm your new busser. Like, y'all hired? Yeah. Sweet. Let's do it. You know? And I've been there ever since. But also, it was exactly what I manifested. I set the intention and the prayer for a job, a food service job, that I could make good money at, stabilize myself with, have an amazing work family, and a great work environment, awesome bosses, non-corporate, you know? And I got all of that and then some. I have more beautiful people in my life than I did before I started that job. So it's like, in my tapestry, I have new colors and new strings, and, you know, new things have been woven in, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah. It's really beautiful. So I know if I can manifest that, you know, that I can manifest what I'm looking for now. And what I'm looking for now is a psychic job with an amazing psychic family who are on the side of love and light, but yet work with the shadow because they just be real and they're not going to sugarcoat anything. But they're not going to, like, hurt me either, you know, or hurt other people either. Because we don't do that with our gifts. We don't hurt people with our gifts and our power. We don't do that. If you do that, it will be sent back to you. And your karma and the things that you make deals with will come to collect. Bet. And you won't like it. And you'll complain about it and wonder why stuff is happening to you, but you sent this stuff to other people. Like, no. So anyway, yeah. So, like, that's what I'm manifesting. Within the next week, I'll have psychic or Reiki jobs, or both. And if I can only do part-time at one and part-time at the other, that's fine. But I want, you know, I want healthy work families. I want, you know, healthy spiritual families, healthy healer families, because Reiki's healing. You know, I just, yeah, you gotta set your mind on what you want. And like, I couldn't, the universe was like, no, we're not giving you this. You're not gonna do both. That's just gonna, you're gonna fucking die if you try to do both. At this point, you have worked yourself hard, girl. Like, you just don't, it's not gonna be for you to do both. We want you to have faith in us, in yourself, and know that when you quit this job, you will have a job. You've already got the job. It's waiting on you. You just gotta go get it. It's out there waiting on you. You just gotta go get it. I'm like, cool. You know? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my psychic resume, and I'm gonna go around town, and I'm gonna take my pendulum, my little buddy here, and I'm gonna ask what places, you know, I already tried to be getting feels for them. Since I've been here, I've been going in all the shops and trying to get the feel of what kind of, you know. And, yeah. So, you know, get the feels for everybody and see. But, like, at the same time, I trust my intuition, my pendulum, my connection with that. That's a tool I use to check myself. When I get too hyphy in my emotions and I want to just go buy stuff that I don't need, or if I need it, but I don't necessarily need to buy it at that moment. I mean, Spirit will test me like that. It'll be like, nope, you can't buy it today. Like, damn it. Can I buy it next week? Yup. Okay, yay. So I work hard through the weekend to make sure I make my money, and I set the intentions for my money. And you know, I was doing great with that. And that's another thing for another video. But if you're working your ass off for something and you're getting something you did not manifest, you can damn near rest assured that somebody is hating on your ass and sending spell work, curses, black magic, demons, whatever. You're getting some spiritual interference. It's true and it's real. Because I was making like, before this past month, I was making good money. I was making like good money. Like money that I was really comfortable with. Money that I could save and put back some. I could still take myself out to eat once a week. I could still go and buy whatever things I needed for myself. And I could buy myself a deck of cards if I wanted to. You know, which is a business investment, but you know. And so I reinvest back into myself, into my own business. So, like, yeah. So, like, I'm uncomfortable. I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'm trying, and I don't know how to pause this, because I'm working on that, too. Like, I gotta read up on this shit. I gotta do my research. So that's what this week is gonna be about. It's about doing research and studying my arts and my crafts and my internet platform thingies and stuff. So yeah, learning how to work them and how to market and how to run my business online. So, you know, hell, I might go to the library later and pick up some books. You know, see what they got available there. Damn, that's a good idea. I got my new this is the sleeve for it, but I got me a rainbow umbrella. So that is totally on the thing, on the agenda this week. I mean, I could do it today or this week. I don't know what I'll do. But thing is all of a sudden, for no reason at all, business started dwindling. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on here? We was popping. I mean, popping for a minute. And now it's like trickled down to where I'm not making hardly anything. I mean, albeit I was the only busser, and then I had to start splitting it with the new bussers. But not to that extent. Not to that extent, dude. business sucked. So we wasn't getting tipped out anything hardly anyway, because Buster's tips are based on food sales and alcohol sales. I'm telling you what, boys. It not only hurt me, the spell work that was sent to hurt me and my finances to keep me from getting ahead, it started affecting my work family. Because I get paid off of food and beverage sales, right? So in order to hurt my finances, the curse had to hit everybody else. Not everybody else as strongly spiritual as I am, or knows what hit them. And that was another reason for me to leave, because people were attacking me, and it was hurting my family. And that's why I left my children. That's why I did not stay in Cumberland County. You know, that's why I didn't stay and try to fight for my family land. You know, because people were coming at me to hurt me, and I was concerned for my children's well-being. I didn't even let my children come up to my house hardly while I was staying there during the summer, trying to sort out things and figure everything out. Not knowing what to do, not knowing, and then helping a recovering heroin addict with me at the same time. Like, that was fucking crazy, dude. I ascended and got so many lessons and things accomplished. I got scrolls, bitches. You ever read the Aquarian Gospels of Jesus? Scrolls, bitches. I know about them scrolls. Because as I was reading through them, I was like, oh, I did that summer. I did that summer. I did that summer. And it made me feel very accomplished in the spiritual realm. And we're coming up on an hour. And, but yeah, you got to release. And if you do get black magic, there's a few things you can do your research, or you can search out a spiritualist, psychic or whatever who works with black magic removal and protection spells and stuff like that. So in Christianese, that would be like saying you need to find somebody to cast the demons out and to break the enemy's hold off of you and to pull all the fiery darts out of your fucking back and to help give you a new suit of armor. Spiritual, you know, to protect yourself from further attack, from future attack, you know. Because it's like, I recognize this shit every time it happens. It happens like every 4 months almost. Every time I start getting ready to just fucking knock shit out, bro. And be just pow, in my glory. This shit comes on me, and I'm like, God damn. Like, when they gonna quit sending the same shit that I done already defeated? This is getting boring, and it's starting to slightly piss me off, but, like, whatever. I'm not giving much space to that at all. And I'm sending all that shit back. Return to sender, bitch. And it's gonna get to the point where these entities are gonna respect and like me better than they like the people who are sending them. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, are you ready, Shadow Man, Shadow Woman? Are you ready for what's getting ready to come to you? Oh, you think you got enough? Oh, you can make another? No, you can't. They're coming for you, honey. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. Demons don't like being made asses out of. It's embarrassing. Because they have ranks. And they have feelings. And they're entities too. They're spiritual beings too. They just don't have human bodies. Unless they jump in them. So, you know. Just stop. And so that was one of, that was a big thing with me with work. I had to release that and let go of it, because Spirit been after me since last November to be doing my psychic stuff and get my Reiki stuff done. I got my Reiki stuff done. I got my certification. I got my insurance. All I need to get now are licenses to do what I do if I'm supposed to here, because I'm putting in applications in other states as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm making space. That's like me not being attached to what I've built here. Because I don't want to start over. I've built this and I feel good about it. And I was like, but God, I don't want to start over from scratch and start sleeping in parking lots again and trying to pack all my shit back up in that truck, the cab of the truck. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not ready for that. But at the same time, I keep moving forward. I keep being elevated. So why would it be having to go back into a parking lot and sleeping in my truck? What if moving to a new place means having a new room? See? So I gotta be willing to let go of this and make space in my energy field for this new room or this new home. Because if I don't make space for it, then how can the universe bring it to me? You ain't got no room for that. And that's one of the things I asked Jesus to help me do. It's like, Jesus, you're the king of my heart. You're sitting on that throne in the kingdom of God in my heart. Like, it's your spot. It's your home. I want you to be happy here. So anything that you don't like that's in my heart that needs to be gotten rid of or healed or whatever, let's get it out. And it's just like moving into somebody's house that was fully furnished and you don't want none of their damn furniture. You don't want none of the damn furniture there. You don't want all their old memories. You don't want their pictures on the walls. You don't want the curtains they had. You don't want the fucking couches they had. You want a modern refrigerator and stove instead of that old bullshit. So what do? You pull it out. You get rid of it. You make space for the new stuff that you want. Say that? So that's what I've been doing. Making space. And, yeah. So I'm just going to reiterate the whole point one more time and be done with this video. Make space for a new video. Yeah. And it's funny because that's why we do it with this too. It's like I had too many videos on my thing, so I had to buy iCloud space and upload everything to the iCloud and make space in my iPad and my phone to be able to hold all these new videos, right? So you gotta make space. You gotta release what no longer serves you in order to make space for what you're supposed to have. For what you're supposed to be getting. It's like, oh, you got blessings everywhere, but guess what, honey? If you're hanging on to all this curse and all this bad shit that's happened to you and you're hanging on to all that trauma and shit, if you don't let that go, how is there going to be room for the good, for the things that you want, for the good things that you want, for that reciprocated love, for that match, for that love, for that best friend to love and play with and go through life with and make love, food, and music with and bring healing to the people with? Like, what? Like, how can I have room for that when I've got it stuffed full of hurt from the past? Hey, gotta heal it, transmute it, do what you gotta do. If you don't know what any of those words mean, look them up, Google them. That's what you have Google for. There's no excuse for ignorance with fucking internet. None whatsoever. So, yeah, make space, receive what belongs to you, and enjoy.